Defense is really moving around. Jim Herman from the right tackle spot. You'll see him come across. That's Ken Smith getting blocked, and then you see Jim Herman come from the other side to finish off. And that's hustle from the other side of the field to come across and make that play.
2-yard gain, 2nd and 8 on the 41-yard line. Have a man in the slot this time. Play may have been stopped before it even got underway. Flags are dropped.
Evans, the ball carrier, tackled by Kirk.
Looked like the Cougs might have jumped off sides. They're a little anxious. They're really fired up, moving along well. And
Larry Hamilton moved out quickly. He may have been offside.
Here comes the wave. There it goes, that cheer around the stadium. The fans just kind of get up and go. Look at that, boy. Let me get a shot of that.
You've seen this during the World Series.
I have to thank Mike Hemingway down in the booth to give us that shot. Thanks, Mike.
There you see the wave.
You see the wave. And it's really got these fans pumped up. They love it.
Dead ball. Fortunate against the offense. 2nd down.
Well, we were wrong. They called the foul on Wyoming.
Oh, did they really?
I guess they drew the Cougars offside that time. So BYU, or Wyoming, I should say, has the ball. 2nd down and 12. Runyon looking to pass, throws for the sideline. Almost intercepted, deflected, tipped away. Leon Smith had a shot at it.
Leon,
Charles, too.
You see that replay right here. Leon White just trying to make the quick out. Leon White reaches up, has it in his hands, and just lets it go down. He almost had another interception.
He went high in the air to get a hand on that football. And the wave is still going around the stadium. Fans are having a lot of fun here today. BYU leading 14-0. 3rd and 12. Runyon pitches it back. Might be a halfback pass. It is. Throwing it way downfield, and it is caught. It'll be a touchdown. How about that?
Oh, boy.
They threw it downfield to
shocked.
Alan Griffin.
What a throw. Who threw that?
Well, they passed it with
25?
Kevin Lowe, who's the left halfback.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, sign that guy up. Take Runyon out of there and put Lowe in there. What a throw. You'll see he just pitches it out. Runyon becomes a blocker. Kevin Lowe looks like he's going to throw it. Now, Sprouse, number 25, you see him across. He's the guy that's got to cover that. And he gets sucked up, and the guy gets by him. Actually, he's not beat him by much, maybe a step, but look at that pass.
In fact, he does come down.
Holy smokes, look at that come down as...
Alan Griffin. That's Griffin's 2nd touchdown of the year.
That is a throw.
Kicking the extra point is Andy Cottingham. And the Cowboys have a 63-yard scoring touchdown pass.
Jay, you know what makes that even more unbelievable is Kevin Lowe's a right-hander rolling left. That's a very tough throw against your body, and I'm telling you, you better put him in a lower number. Stick him behind the center.
The Cowboys come up with a quick score. 7:07 to go in the first quarter. It's Brigham Young 14, Wyoming 7. Good look at the Cougar Stadium. Fine afternoon for football. Some clouds coming in. A storm has been predicted to hit the area, but now the weather people are saying it'll probably arrive later tonight or sometime tomorrow. Wyoming will kick off. Here's the kick. Comes down at the 5-yard line, taken there by Sikahema. Going outside, out to the 15. Good blocking, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Out of bounds at midfield.
Oh, I'm telling you, that kid is unbelievable.
By Sikahema. He is averaging, well, Eric Loftus finally caught up with him. See, Sikahema, now I figure here, he's averaging 23.1 yards per game on kickoff returns.
Look at him just break those tackles. There are about 4 guys that got a hand on him, and he just keeps going and keeps going. And it doesn't matter if it's the defense that puts the offense in great field position or Sikahema or whoever it is. Someone's always putting them in a great spot to go down and score. And you can't ask for more than an offense to start a drive at their own 35, 40, 45-yard line.
About where they've started each of their drives. They're on the 45-yard line of the Cougars, and Boston will pass. Does. Incomplete that time. He overthrew Malini at the 50-yard line.
I think that's his first incomplete pass, isn't it, Jay?
Second.
Oh, that's right. I'm telling you, the last 2 weeks they've played, Coach Child's calling very conservative pass plays, very high percentage completion type plays where they put the short yardage plays that they're easily completed, and they make the receiver gain the yards rather than the pass gain the yards.
2nd down and 10 for Brigham Young on the Cougar 45-yard line. BYU leading 14-7 midway through the first quarter. Running play to Haymuli up the middle. High steps his way to the 50-yard line. Haymuli had a good game against Colorado State, rushing for 87 yards. Tackled by Rob Zelenka, who's the defensive right end. 3rd and 5 for BYU. The ball right at midfield, right on the 50-yard line.
You know, Jay, when you say that Haymuli had 87 yards, he earned every one of those. Every one of his running plays are right up the middle against that defensive line, and Lake is a very hard runner.
That game, BYU and the Air Force next week, by the way, will be live on ABC, a regional telecast to be carried locally by Channel 4, 1:50. There's a pass to Mills. I don't know if Mills made the first down or not.
No, he didn't.
He caught the ball awfully close to the 45-yard line. The crowd doesn't like where they're marking it off.
Here's a replay again, a lateral pass, then putting the receiver in a position to gain the yardage. And this time,
hey, that ball was up to the line there.
That was very poorly marked, but that time they gained a sure tackle.
Mark Thomas was injured on the play and is helped out of the game. And BYU sending in the punting unit. The Cougars leading 14-7. The line of scrimmage, the Wyoming 46-yard line.
You know, to me, Jay, the Cougars to gain a yard, they could do that in their sleep. I don't think the coach, I think, is very conservative here early going in the games, and he always has been, he always will be. But I think the Cougars easily could go for it and feel confident they can make it. But I think he wants Lee Johnson to just put it right in the coffin corner here. You'll see if he can do it.
He kicks it high, kicking it over towards the coffin corner. Bounces. Oh, wow, what a kick. He kicked that out of bounds from the 1-yard line. Let's settle for that. Great kick by Johnson, who's averaging 46.1 yards per punt this year.
And that's a talent that the professional football scouts will love to see, because they need those guys that can drop it right down there inside the 5. And the goal is just to do it inside the 20 and, not inside the 1. That is a tremendous kick.
I'm trying to find my national statistic on punting. Johnson is 5th in the nation in punting. Donnelly is 1st. So the Cowboys take over 1st and 10 on their own 1-yard line. Runyon with the ball, delayed handoff, their flag's down. I think the Cowboys were offside.
I think so. That's going to put them in even a worse position. And the crowd's really behind them right now. The defense is going to get them pumped up. And that's a tough spot. I tell you, if it's not the offense in great field position, it's the defense having the Cowboy offense back inside their own 5-yard line twice so far. Here you see that right guard. He's a little early. That's twice he's been a little early, and he's the new man in there. They've moved out.
Pete Baldacci. He's a sophomore. He's been backing up on the other side of the line. Now he's starting.
That's a new spot for him. That's what's going to happen when the coach scrambles up that lineup. The guy gets a new position, doesn't feel comfortable where he is, and he's made 2 big mistakes for the Cowboys already.
1st and 10 and a half from the half-yard line. Brigham Young leading 14-7, and the Cowboys are really in a hole. We might have a safety. I think we do. The Cougars certainly think they did. Now, I don't know if the official will mark it that way. They say he got out of the end zone, but BYU does not agree.
They're going nowhere fast, though. I think the crowd's really got them pumped up. They can't hear. They're not very sure what they want to accomplish. There's Larry Hamilton make the big play on the fullback. The quarterback's got nowhere to go, and I think he might just dive in and cross the line really quick there. I'll tell you, it's really close.
2nd down. A quick kick. They try a quick kick. It rolls up to the 40, to the 50, down to the BYU 40, down to the BYU 30-yard line, and the Cowboys make a good play to get out of the hole. A quick kick. Now, I was looking the other way. We've got flags down and a little bit of extracurricular activity out on the field now. Both teams getting a little fired up. BYU leading 14-7, and we got some pushing and shoving out on the field, and the coaches and officials trying to break it up. Well, they came up with the big one, Steve. 3rd down and a quick kick.
I think that's a pretty smart play, and he got a great bounce off it. It rolled, 72 yards. That's a great kick. And yeah, I think both teams are pretty fired up right now. The defense had them in a hole. The crowd's behind the home team. The Cowboys feel like maybe they need to do something big. And I think that was a very smart play under the conditions. Don't you, Jay?
Yeah, it certainly was. You know, Steve, it's been a long time since I saw the quick kick.
It really
don't see
is,
it much anymore.
You don't. But under those conditions, and getting that good of a kick, I think was a real good thing for him.
It's going to take a while for the officials to sort things out right now.
Now, does that go into punting?
Yeah.
Is that just
It's a punt.
rule of punt? Okay.
Rule of punt, right. We'll have to decide. Now the officials must decide who the penalties will be on. There's a clip on Brigham Young. Ball's back on the 28-yard line. Is that the only penalty that will be called?
They must have just thought the rest of them just offset each other, because they could have thrown about 40 flags.
The officials are only talking to Coach Lavelle Edwards, explaining to him what took place.
And I tell you, the coach doesn't appreciate any of that pushing and shoving out there. I think he'll tell his guys that the next guy gets involved in anything like that gets taken out of the game. He doesn't like any of his guys being in the instigators in those pushing and shoving matches, and he'll sit anyone down that starts anything like that.
BYU may go back and question a couple of calls anyway, Steve. That pass to Dave Mills on the replay, it certainly did not look as if the ball was spotted as far as he made. And then the Cougars also thought they had a safety. Well, anyway, BYU takes over 1st and 10 on the Cougars' 15-yard line.
That's not a bad transition for Wyoming to be on their 1-inch line and all of a sudden be able to punt and put BYU inside their own 20.
1st and 10 for the Cougars, leading 14-7. Bosco gives them the draw to Heimuli. Heimuli scrambles back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
I'll tell you, if nothing else, the momentum has switched a little bit, Jay, because the Cowboys felt like they came out on the top of that time. They got the little scrap. They're really fired up, and now the defense is ready to play. That's what I think they really wanted.
Mike Hill making the stop on Heimuli. Brigham Young has 2nd down. Lost a little bit of yardage. 2nd about 10 and a half. We have 4:32 left to play in the 1st quarter. The Cougars leading 14-7. Bosco back to pass. Fakes it. Now he chased out of the pocket. Slipped, does not go down. Running with the ball, throws it. Is it caught? I don't know if Kozlowski came up with it or not. It looks like it. No, the official says he did not.
I'll tell you, it looked good from here, but we're a mile away from the field. It might have bounced underneath Cos. Maybe we'll get another look at it. But the big play is Robbie Bosco. He gets stopped back there. Looks like he's going to get sacked. He spins out of it, almost goes down, put his hand down on the ground to keep himself from falling down. And great athletic move by Big Robbie.
Craig Earl put the pressure on him. It's ruled an incomplete pass. So BYU has 3rd and 10 and a half on the 14-yard line.
I'll tell you, old Cos, he's in the middle of everything. I don't care if it's what it is. Cos is always around that football.
Bosco back to throw, needs 10 yards. Throws down the sidelines, wide open. Here's Bellini and knocked out of bounds at the 34-yard line. The tackle by Pete Benedetti.
That's a big play for the Cougars, Jay, because the Wyoming Cowboys, I think, felt like they had the momentum going their way. Could stop that drive, get a punt, probably pretty good field position, and then they can start back again on another big touchdown drive. But now the Cougars are on the march.
Out to the 34-yard line, a 20-yard gain of the pass. And Brigham Young has a 1st down. 4:05 left to go in the 1st quarter. You have Smith and Heimuli in the backfield. Sweep to the left side. Smith, good blocking. Cuts inside his blockers. He's out to the 42-yard line. Craig Garrick and Heimuli were leading the way blocking-wise, and Benedetti made the tackle.
You know, you got to give credit to Trevor Maddich, the center, number 50. He not only has to snap the ball and read the defense, make the offensive line calls, but he's got to pull. And he pulls on all the sweeps, and that's unusual for a center. They ask him to do a lot more than usual a center usually does. You see Lackey and Craig Garrick out there, but Trevor's also out there leading the play. And that's a tough play for a center to snap the ball and then pull all at the same time.
Gain of 8, or make it 7 that is. 2nd and 3 for BYU from the 41-yard line. Heimuli finds some running room. Did he go down? I guess so. He thought he tried to regain his balance by just touching with his hand, but the official said he was down.
I think he was. He was crawling on his knees, and then it'll be 3rd and about 1. Big play for the Cougars coming up. But Wyoming is really starting to put some defense on the hit on the Cougars. You'll see this play is usually good for 3 or 4 with Lackey up the middle. But he gets wrapped around here. And you'll see his knee go down, I think, right here.
Very short yardage for the first down.
Brock
Right there.
Mirich was the tackler.
Yep.
For Wyoming. So BYU has 3rd down, less than a yard for the first down. Now the Cougars call timeout.
BYU.
2 minutes, 45 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Brigham Young 14, Wyoming 7. 3rd down, less than a yard for BYU. Bosco gives to Heimuli, and Heimuli has the first down and then some. He's up close to the 50-yard line, coming off the left tackle position. Walter Kendrick tripped him up, but BYU has first down.
Dean Ingram and number 90, Galen Thaxton.
Some of the fans.
The Cougar Claw.
Cougar Claw.
On their own 48 yards.
Hi, Mom.
BYU ahead by a touchdown, 14-7 with 2:39 to play in the first quarter. And the Cougars have the ball now at midfield, 1st and 10 on their own 48. Bosco to throw. Swings it out to the right side. Heimuli catches it and is down at the 45-yard line.
Same play. I don't think they've gone downfield yet. It's still almost the first quarter's over. They're still going on the flat, the screens, the flats to the backs, and just taking 5 yards to correct. The same kind of philosophy they had last week. Very high percentage type throws, stuff that's going to get up first downs in 3 plays, and then they're waiting for, I guess, for the break in the defense to come with that big downfield play. We'll see if that Coach Chow feels like that's happening right now.
Troy Schroeder tackled Heimuli. 2nd down and 4 for the Cougars. Bosco to pass on 2nd down, gets it off the
He dropped it. He says he dropped it.
There's a flag down. There's a flag down back where Robbie threw the ball, and this penalty may be on the Cowboys.
Oh, boy,
Thaxton had the ball. Did he drop it, Steve?
They say he dropped it. I don't know. The ref was right there. It looked like he caught it clean. It might be roughing the passer. I don't know. It could turn way against Wyoming right now and put them in a bigger hole.
They've been called with a personal foul, roughing the passer.
Oh, boy. That's a big turn of events right there.
Troy Schroeder that hit Bosco, or that had the ball.
Schroeder made the play, and I felt it looked like from here, but again, we're way up high. We can't really see it. And then whoever, I think there had another blitz on the strong safety blitz that forced Robbie to throw it. You'll see it right here. The blitz has come from the left side, number 90. He might have got a piece of it.
Passer against the defense, first down.
And then you'll see Schroeder. He's right there. There's no one near him. It's just him and a touchdown if he can catch it and stay on his feet. But I guess he dropped it.
It's Thaxton, Galen Thaxton, who hit him. We get things straight here. Well, so far, for a stretch there, Steve, the breaks, if you call it that, have been going against BYU.
They really
that
have.
time it went against Wyoming. First down, Bosco to throw. Does throw. Incomplete. Mills had it shoot through his arms. That was a rifle-like pass.
Yeah, it was. And for a 4-yard pass, that's a little hard. But I'll tell you, the defense of the Cowboys are hitting hard, and they're, in some ways, maybe might be intimidating these guys because they're sticking them very hard. You see Robbie, they're willing to take that roughing the passer to let Robbie know, hey, we're coming after you, and you better be ready.
Craig Earl makes the defensive play for the Cowboys.
You'll see maybe three or four guys make the hit on Kelly Smith right here. Maybe I'm seeing things, but there's at least 2 guys right there ready to make the hit.
That was Kelly Smith that had the ball, not Dave Mills, as I said. Here's the running play. Heimuli slips it through a couple of tacklers, and then it's pulled down, but a flag is thrown again.
It looked like maybe the Lackey got face mask, but it might be holding on Kelly Smith. Either way, I'm not sure. It's right there in the way. I think it's holding on Kelly Smith, yeah.
That's the call, holding on BYU. A minute 27 to go in the first quarter. And the last few minutes of this first period relegated somewhat to penalties.
It really has been, and just big plays.
And breaks.
We've had a quick kick, a halfback pass for a touchdown already. I think what's going on, I think Al Kincaid came into the game and saying, hey, how can BYU pass so much and never get a holding call? Coaches have been complaining about that for years. When they
Holding
BYU.
against the
Maybe
offense.
they got the
Decline.
referee's ear this
Down.
week, and the refs are watching for it a little bit more. But that's 3 right early in the first quarter, and that's way more than the Cougars are used to.
They declined this one, Steve, so it is 3rd and 11 for Brigham Young on the Wyoming 32-yard line. Cougars ahead 14-7. Bosco back to pass. Throws it over the middle. Overthrew Mills at the goal line, and he was open too.
He was there. Robbie just overthrew him, and that stick on Robbie a couple plays ago might have been the fact he might be a little bit shaken up, but David was open over the middle, and now they'll have to punt. Shows you a little respect for the BYU offense. They could put them back 10 more yards, make it 2nd and 20, but I think the Cowboys would rather put them 3rd and 10.
They're going for the field goal, Steve, from the 38, so it'll be a 48-yard attempt.
Again,
by Lee Johnson.
This is well within Lee's range. I think the biggest thing is his direction, and he just needs to take a little bit off and make sure he puts it through the goalpost, because he can hit this distance very easily.
He is 6 of 7 this year kicking field goals. Here's the kick. It's kind of a line drive kick. Well, the official said it's no good. Boy, it looked close.
It did look good, didn't it? From here, I guess, again, we're way
Just
up.
a little bit to the left.
He drilled it, though. He hit a knuckleball right at the goalpost. Like I said, plenty of distance, just a matter of direction.
1:05 to go in the first quarter of this game. BYU still ahead 14-7. The Cowboys will get the ball 1st and 10 on their own 31-yard line then, following the missed field goal by Lee Johnson.
And the Cowboys have got to feel good about what they've accomplished that drive. They stopped them 3 or 4 times, just big penalties put them in a hole, but the momentum's definitely shifted a little bit.
First down play for Wyoming. Runyon still with the ball. There's the pitch back. Leon White forces him outside, and Morrell comes up to help, and Leon White made that play.
That's a tough defense to go against the option, because you got such great athletes at linebacker spot. They can play those 2 guys. As the quarterback goes out to make the pitch, Leon can play either one of them. He's so quick and agile and big that he makes it very difficult to get outside.
That Wyoming player was injured. Was that Mark Thomas, wasn't it? Mark Thomas is being taken from the field. Looks like he may have an injury to his leg, a severe injury. 2nd and 10. Runyon with the ball, running the option. There's the pitch back. Again, BYU trying to string it out, and they do it pretty well, too. Heyman there, but forcing it again was Leon White.
Yep, Leon is all over the field right now, and he is so quick. Now, there's what I said before. Steve Heyman and Kyle Morrell are going to have to make the big plays outside. That time it was Steve Heyman being out there, and he was the last guy before they would have had that first down.
Brigham Young ahead 14-7. The Cowboys have 3rd down and 8 on their 33-yard line with 18 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter.
See, the BYU defense is just forcing the pitch to be made way outside the hash marks. That's way too soon. They're being very successful at defensive ends of stringing that option out wide.
Runyon looking for a pass, throws for the sidelines and completes it. Now we'll have to see if it's enough for the first down, and I don't think so.
No, it's not. About a yard short. It'll be interesting to see what Al Kincaid does here on 4th and 1.
Sproul's covering. Griffin caught it. So Wyoming will have the ball, 4th down.
4th and 2.
And they'll need about a yard and a half for the first down on their own 40-yard line.
I don't know. He's going to go for it. And I got to question this, because they got some momentum, and to lose it right here and give an easy score to the Cougars inside their own territory.
The running play. Oh, boy, BYU hit him. I don't know if he made it or not.
He's very, very close. Looks like they're marking it.
I think so, the way they'll mark it.
Dave Evans.
Let's see.
Center of the line.
Oh, boy,
They
I
went to
can't
David,
tell from here.
to Evans.
They give it to him?
Yeah, by about the length of the football.
Yeah, they did it. In hindsight's 20/20, but to me, I think they got the momentum going. They got 4th down. They'll give BYU the ball again, and luckily they made the first down and keep this drive alive.
Quite a gamble by Coach Kincaid.
Guess he figures to go for broke, huh?
That's going to end the first quarter, too. After 1 quarter of play, the score is Brigham Young University 14, and the University of Wyoming has 7.
And at the end of the first period, ladies and gentlemen, the Cougars of BYU 14, the Cowboys Wyoming 7.
Oh, boy, I like that.
You like that one, huh? That guy's a pretty good actor.
Holy smokes.
The Cowboys with the ball on first down. That's Lowe breaking into the secondary. They get a good run this time. Out to the 49-yard line.
That's the first time they've gone away from that option. And to me, BYU has definitely put some problems in that option. They've gone to different things, and maybe the trap plays and back and reverse plays are going to be effective now because BYU is doing a great job of stringing out that option.
Kyle Morrell made the tackle for BYU. The Cowboys have the ball, second down and 3 on their own 49-yard line. It's to the fullback. He's down at the 50. Evans, the ball carrier.
Brad Smith made the big play at nose guard.
Brad grabbed him and just stopped it, pulled him back.
Just lassoed him. Calf roping right here. You see Brad Smith right over the center. Just come from behind, get stopped up, and then Brad's going to lasso him and say, no more, son.
Third down, about a yard and a half for the first down for Wyoming. The ball at midfield. Cougars ahead of them, 14-7. Runyon running the wishbone. Still has the ball. Hayes hit hard at the 50-yard line.
Leon White again.
He faked to the fullback, tried to get outside and couldn't.
Looked like he might have the room for the first down. All of a sudden, Leon comes out of nowhere and makes the Superman play. There he is coming from the backside. He's chasing. No one blocks the backside guy. They don't think the guy's fast enough to come all the way from the other side of the field to make a tackle. And Leon White goes against all those odds.
Steve, they hesitated for a long time and then sent in Donnelly, the punter.
I think that's a good move. Don't give BYU the ball down there.
Fourth down and 2. Donnelly with the ball. Here's the kick. Tries to kick it out of bounds. He did not. He kicked it into the end zone.
Donnelly's kick is into the end zone.
Well, the Brigham Young offense will come onto the field now. Leading, I should say, by a score of 14-7. Cowboys got the last score in the game, however. Take this opportunity to thank the BYU Cougar Club for providing funding for our KBYU telecasts. A major portion of the funding we receive for our sports telecasts coming from you, the members of the BYU Cougar Club. We've had a lot of response from Cougar Club members and people around the country who've been pleased to receive the telecast of these games live to church locations. We might just mention, some people say, what could we do to help? One thing would be join the Cougar Club. It would really be a great benefit to our telecast and to the BYU athletic program. First down play.